Hello, Stampers. Give you guys a minute to get in here. I'm going to get you guys brought up on my iPad so I can see comments. Come on in, say hi, let me know that you're watching. So I've put in my pre-order for, hi Mom, hi Patty. I've put in for my pre-order, so it should be here on Thursday. I ordered some stuff from the new catalog. Since being a demonstrator, we get the opportunity to buy things ahead of time to show you guys. If you're interested in joining my team and being a demonstrator yourself, or just being a discount shopper and getting the discounts for it, that's always a good thing. Let me know and we'll get you set up. It is, you get $125 worth of product for $99 plus tax. You get free shipping on that. And you can pick out of the new catalog even. So that's kind of cool. As soon as my order comes in on Thursday, hi Frida. How's the weather in Oregon up there? It's so warm down here. It's been like 95-ish down here. Ridiculous. So when I get the product, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do kind of a little sneak peek with you guys to show you the new colors that are out. They are really pretty colors. Like at first when they had said the names of them, I was like, those kind of sound like colors we already have. They're not. I've been watching other, like on our demonstrator website that we can go to, they show you little clips of videos of our CEO and that kind of stuff going over the colors with us, and they're actually different and pretty. I think they're going to go really well with a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, where am I? I need to get this brought up here. There I am. All right, looks like we are up and rolling. All right, that's a good thing. So kind of not so exciting news today. Remember, what was it? A couple weeks ago, I went to the dentist, and it must have been on a Monday as well, because I remember coming back and I was still kind of numb, and I was telling you guys that, I just went to the dentist, had this tooth done, and they put a crown and everything on it. Well, the last week, I have just been dying. This tooth has, sunny and 60. That's nice. Wow. This tooth has just been throbbing and killing me. And I was like, what is going on with this tooth? Like, he just, cleaned it all out, and he did say there were some cracks in it and whatnot, but he put a crown on it. I thought, I'll be fine. No. That sucker needed a root canal. So today I had to Thursday I went in to have a root canal done. Well, then I found out that my allotment on my insurance got expunged because they paid my dentist the out-of-network payment, which they're in our network. That's why I chose them as our dentist. So anyways, that was a whole big mess. So I didn't have it done on Thursday. This weekend, because Friday they were closed because of Good Friday, and then obviously Saturday and Sunday they're closed because most businesses, doctor's offices are not open on the weekend. So this morning I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I can't take another night of this. The doctor, he called in a prescription for me for antibiotic and a couple of pain pills. And thank God for those pain pills, because I've been living off of them. And I am like so weird when it comes to pain pills. I don't take medication at all. I'm really kind of weird about putting that stuff in my body. But thank God he did it. So today I went in to have the emergency root canal. Well, I get in there and he starts doing his work and whatnot. And I told him, I go, it took 10 shots for the previous dentist to get me numb. I said, I am so petrified that I'm going to feel this. And he goes, well, we'll do what we can do. Otherwise, we're going to have to sedate you. He put 4 shots in me. I was numb. So he starts doing the root canal and stuff. And then he stops and he goes, I have some bad news for you. And I was like, oh, okay, here I am. This thing's in my mouth. And he said, he goes, your tooth is cracked so bad down the inside of the tooth that this tooth is not savable. Well, because of the insurance already spending so much money to have this crown done, he had me sign this thing in the beginning saying it was going to cost me out of pocket $900 to have this root canal done. Well, I don't have $900, but we just qualified for one of those care credit or whatever it's called, credit care or whatever, credit card this morning so I could have this root canal done. So he stops what he's doing and he said, he goes, I'm not going to do a root canal on you. He goes, and I'm not going to charge you. Oh yeah, it has been like, I've just been dying, and you can't put ice on it because that hurts. Heat hurts. So I've just had been taking these damn pain medication. But then you're constantly taking those and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to rot my stomach. I'm going to, you know. So he just said, he goes, I can't do a root canal on you. He goes, I'm going to tell you that I can do a partial root canal. So that's what he did. He told me in the long run, I'm going to have this tooth extracted and probably have to have an implant. So there's $4,000. Wednesday, we're paying for Corbin to have his braces done. There's $4,000. I'm like, are you kidding? This is ridiculous. Like, I'm mind blown. Like, really, for your teeth? So if my mouth is looking kind of funny and whatnot, I'm still kind of numb. So my mouth is not like I smile, and it's like all these weird things. So I may not talk all that much, and I might get some of my dimensions wrong. I'm going to hope not. I had you guys print off the Double Wonder template. So follow those dimensions. I'm just going to show you how to, you know, how these layouts work, because you can read that, but until you see how it's really done, it's kind of confusing. So I have things kind of already pre-cut that I'm going to go through and just walk you guys through. So bear with me today. I just went and took a pain pill because now that the sedation is coming off, I can feel where he stuck the needle and stuff. So I'm kind of hurting, but we're golden. We're gonna roll with this. So I guess I should introduce myself. I am Danny Garola with Stampin' the Pink Barn.blogspot.com. I would love for you guys to share this video. There's a little share button down there. The more you share, the more people can follow us and watch and enjoy these videos as well. I will get to the Funday Monday number 33 winner, but I want to let you know that since we're making 11 cards today, I'm going to be giving away 3 cards next week. So we're going to do one giveaway for everybody who likes this video. No, I'm not drooling yet. No, thank goodness. If my cards get a little wet, you'll know why. No, I'm just kidding. I won't drool. I'm going to, everybody who shares will be entered in a drawing for a card, and everybody who comments will be entered as well. So if you comment and share and like, you're going to be entered 3 times. So your chances of winning a card are a lot higher. All right. The other thing that I wanted to mention really quick is our Paper Pumpkin So Cool, which is April's box, is getting close to ending. So that will be on Hi Melanie. That will be April 10th will be the last day to get that Paper Pumpkin. So that one is the one that I was saying is really good for kids and grandkids or daycare kids or whatever. So yeah, let's get this started. Let me turn. Oh yes, that was the other thing I wanted to tell you. If you share the video, or when you share this video, tell me that you've shared it, because some of the time your privacy settings will not tell me that you've shared the video. So just pop me a little comment down here, which will get you entered again, and let me know that you shared it. And then you've just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You've commented and you've shared. All right, so let me turn you guys around. Close your eyes so you don't get sick. All right, we have a new host code for the month of April. As you can see, it's right up here. That will go through till the end of April, which is the 30th. It'll be Friday, so you can use that all the way up through midnight on April 30th. Be sure when you guys are ordering from me that I can't wait for the paper pumpkin. Yes, I know. It's all those little ice cream shapes and stuff. I think it's going to be really cute. What else was I going to... Oh, make sure when you guys are doing your orders that it says that you are shopping with me. It'll say Danny Garola up in the top. Follow any of my links that I have put on Facebook or on the blog to go ahead and go into my store. Otherwise, you won't get my thank you gifts and your chamois if you spend over the $75. Oh, good. I'm glad you got your card. So, without further ado, let's get on with the winner of this last week's. So Funday Monday number 33 were these what was it called? Sending Sunshine. I have these 4 cards. And the winner is Sarah Adeline, not quite sure how to say your last name, but you pick which one of these cards that you would like, and I will get that mailed to you. I know she's local here, so I can get that to her pretty quick. All right, so like I said, don't forget there's going to be this next giveaway on so it would be video number 34, but for this video, or 35, for this video 34, once we make these 11 cards, and there's actually a potential of making 13 cards with this, but I'm going to show you how to just make the 11 from the Double Wonder, but I will show you where you could put in those 2 extra cards. So let's get started with this. We are using the Forever Greenery. I know this whole suite is going to be discontinued. We are going to keep the stamp set and the die cut, the dies, along with the 2 embossing folders we're going to carry over into the new catalog. But as far as this DSP down here, the gold rings here, what is this called? The Forever Gold laser cut specialty paper is going away. And so if you want this stamp set in this die, which is right here, right now you can get the 10% price, the 10% off price on the bundle. So there's the stamps. This little thing is so neat down here where it puts just these 2 little spots. Who was oh, it was Sarah Adeline, I think is her last name. She's the winner of last week's card. That was the Sending Sunshine. So these little dots right here make such a neat, I don't know if you can see in this picture right here, but they have the die cuts and the stamped images with the die cuts. And then they've just taken the dots and just sporadically put them across there. Oh, and that's the other thing that is retiring. Or, no, it's not. Yes, it is. The Forever Trim, Greenery Trim, which is this very vanilla, kind of a woven, it almost feels like, what's that stuff called? Cheesecloth, kind of. It's very pliable and very easy to work with. It's beautiful. But that's in that very vanilla. And then the other one that comes with that, which I don't have a whole heck of a lot left, but it is this gold, it fringes really easy, which I really like because that's a really neat effect on a card. But that's like a twine kind of thin. But you get both of those packs right now, and I think they're $9 in the original, but I think those are on, I know they're on the discontinued list, but I think they're at a discount, if I can remember correctly. Trying to remember all these things. Yes, it is. It's at 20% off. So it's actually $7.20 for both of those. So they're calling that a metallic trim is what they're calling this. It's very thin and fine, and it's really neat. Like I said, if you spread it apart, just run your fingers and it kind of spreads out like a leaf. So the other thing, okay, so I'm going to put that away. We're done with that. With this die cut, I have some already cut out in here. With your gold foil pieces, it is so neat to take these dies just by themselves, and they have like this one right here has kind of an embossed feature to it. So you can see here, see how it has like the little lines in those leaves where it looks like it's been embossed. I love that. So you don't have to necessarily stamp like this one, right? Well, these ones can't be stamped anyways, but these ones that are fully open, you would stamp your image and then die cut this out of it. This goes with this one, but obviously that stamp is, if I can get that out of there, there we go. So that's, you would stamp that image first, and then you can come behind it and then die cut that out after you've stamped it. And then like this one would be a standalone because there's not a stamp with that one. And that's what I've done here with this gold to show you how beautiful that is by itself. So say, I know this card isn't a card that we're showing today. This is one that I posted on the blog because I wanted to show you guys those stencils that we have in the catalog with that paste. I wanted to kind of show you because it kind of gets lost under the pages there. This could go behind this, and see what I mean? It just tucks in and it looks so beautiful. Just that little bit of, you know, gold leafing there. So to show you that, some of the things that you can do with this. Again, there's two of these little ones. This is really neat, this piece here, to cut this out of the gold and just have it sticking out of a sentiment or something, which I might do today. I kind of just want to get rolling on these cards, and then you will now have the template, so you can make these cards as elaborate as you want or not. All right, so the main thing that we want to do is we want to grab 2 pieces of our DSP. Now this is that Forever Greenery Designer Series paper, DSP. So you have a lot to choose from. So you can take any of these different designs that you want. So the reason why you want 2 full sheets is because we're going to be cutting this in half and using just 2 of the 6x12. So you're going to get 11 cards out of 2 6x12s. So that leaves you to be able to make another 11 out of the other 6x12. So that means you're going to wind up with 22 cards if that's what you choose to do with this. So I just want to tell you that. Easy way to use up, like it, because I've said it a million times, I am a paper hoarder. So this way gives me an opportunity to make a lot of cards with not a lot of paper, so I can still hoard my paper, but to be able to make beautiful cards with not a lot of paper. All right, so I want to make sure whatever my main like florals, or because stripes don't really matter, or things like this don't really matter, but my florally prints, I want to make sure those are going to sit long ways on my cards. So if my card is like a card that's going to sit this way, I want to make sure my floral runs this way. If my card sits this way, I want to make sure my floral sits this way on here. So just make sure your floral pieces are running, you know, parallel to you, and then your stripes like this will not matter. It's more of these that are going to matter for you. So we're going to grab our trimmer and we're going to put this in here like this. And I'm going to cut them both together because I can. And then the nice thing is this edge right here is where it was where our 6-inch mark is. So once it bumps up to that, it makes it really nice. You know you're there. And then just make sure it's up against there. I know that my papers are both flush together, so I'm good to cut. There we go. That's that. Here's to make 11 more cards if you choose, or you can do whatever you want, because now you have 4 prints for making your cards. Okay, so for our layout number 1, we are going to cut this. So let me pull this down so I can show you. We are going to cut the 4 1/2. So we're just going to take this and cut 4 1/2. Okay, just like that. Make sure it's all bumped up there and they're together and they're sitting flush. Okay, there's your 4 1/2. And I screwed that up because I cut that at 4 1/4. Okay, well, I lied on that one. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay, 4 1/2. There we go. So 4 1/2 is our first. So I'm just going to take that and lay that right there because I know that's what this is. My center piece is going to be cut at 4. Okay, so there's my centerpiece, which is this piece here. And then that leaves this piece at being 3, or these pieces at 3 1/2, which, boom, voila, it is what it is. Perfect. So that means we did cut that right since I messed up on that. So let's focus on our 4 1/2 piece here. So we know this is 6 inches because we cut our 12-inch in half. Let's spin this around so it looks like the long wise, the 6-inch part is going to be at the top at our trimmer. And we're going to come in and we're going to cut that at 3. So right in half is what we're cutting that. Okay, just like that. So we have a 3-inch piece and a 3-inch piece. Now we're going to take this and we're going to cut it at 1 1/2. Okay, 1 1/2 and 1 1/2. Okay, so now we have those. I'm just going to kind of set those off like that. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to cut at 1 1/2 and 1 1/2. So I can even take this and bump it up to this line over here. I just, for some reason, have a thing with using this side of my trimmer. You cut it however you want. Just make sure you cut it at the 1 1/2. Okay, now set those there. And again, we're going to come in after I straighten that up a little bit and cut at 1 1/2. Now, if you're more comfortable cutting those separately, by all means, do so. Okay, now we're going to come in. It tells us to cut our piece at 3 1/4 by 5 with our Whisper white cardstock. Okay, so you need to take a full sheet. Is this thick? Oh no, that's regular. And I'm going to go to the 5-inch mark because I know my paper is 11, so I'm not going to quite take it to the end. So I'm going to go to 5, and we need 4 of these. And then we're going to do 3 1/4. And so these are going to be used for our first card. What did I say? 3 1/4, right? Yeah. So these are important to have right now. Keep this scrap because that's what we're going to be using for a punch. So the punch that, sorry guys. The punch that I decided to use today is the Label Me Lovely. And then I'm also going to come in, you want to use like a darker color ink pad for your stamp, I'm going to be using Pretty Peacock because that is a coordinating color with this. All right, now I'm going to grab my other piece and I'm going to cut at 5, which is going to take a 1/2 inch off that end because this paper is, or 1 inch off because it is a 11-inch piece. That piece you can save for later as well. Go to 4 1/4 or 3 1/4. Okay, there's another one, and then 3 1/4. And you're probably, because depending on what punch you decide to grab, because you're going to need a punch for this, or if you're wanting to sit down and spend a lot of time, you can take any of our die cut images for this, any of the stamps that you want to do this. I just wanted to show you with a punch. It's a lot easier, it's a lot faster. But if you wanted to cut out 11 of any of these, you could, because this is my go-to set. It's got some great sayings that would be perfect with this. I'm going to stick with this saying right here for all of my cards, just to show you if you only have one stamp set, one punch, one dark, you know, coordinating, but it is very much an option to come in with any of your sentiment pieces. Like that would work great on there. Any of your sentiment pieces would be good for this card. Again, it's kind of like adding that foil greenery that I was, or that, yeah, that I was telling you about, that I already had cut in there. Okay, so now that we have 4 of these, what you're going to do now is, I gotta move this fan because it's gonna blow my papers everywhere. I'm gonna move this out of the way for just a minute. Now you're gonna grab all of those pieces, and you are going to need 11 coordinating cardstocks. So I used 2 of the soft sea foam. So I chose, you get 2 card bases out of 1 piece. So I chose 1 sheet of the soft sea foam. I chose 2 full sheets to make 4 cards out of the, is this garden green? I believe it is out of garden green. Then I chose 2 sheets to make 4 cardstocks with the Pear Pizzazz. And if you look at the back of, you kind of have a cheat sheet right here. It tells you that Garden Green, Just Jade, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, which is why I'm using that stamp set, or that stamp pad with this. Shaded Spruce, which is what this is, because that's for my 11th card. You have to have one kind of oddball one. Soft Seafoam, and then the basic white. It says Whisper White, but we don't make Whisper White anymore, and that was before this paper was done in production. So you're going to need those. So 11 card bases. Let's grab, I'll set those out of the way for just a minute because we don't need those quite yet. Okay, you're going to need the 4 of these. And then you're going to take these pieces, and like I said, you have 4 different designs, and then you're going to lay these however you want them. Just make sure you watch your, whew, there's a little gnat, dang it. Watch your greenery and make sure it's all running the same. I like to kind of lay these out like this, and then I can come in with these and make sure I'm putting them, and there's no rhyme or reason. Say you want to take 2 of that same pattern and then put that in the middle, by all means, this is yours. This is your creation. You create a way and you make it to your likings. So the back side of that is that. And then watch your margins and make sure when you go to put these down, you're watching your edging, because they're not going to be stuck on there. This is your job to now come in and stick them. So let's get these out of the way now that we know how we want them set. And I'm going to come in with the first one. And I'm going to watch each side and make sure I have enough space on each side, so then I know as I'm laying them that I'm going to get them on their right. And then I come to this side, because then that helps me get my piece in the middle centered to my two outside pieces. But you do it however you're comfortable doing it. And see, and like with this, you can decide whether you want those fanning up or whether you want them fanning, well, I guess they still fan up. So, your choice. You do what you want. And with any kind of DSP you have, you're going to have different looks to your cards. But like I said, it's a great way to make a bunch of cards kind of quick. And it uses up your paper. And I need to take a drink, so give me 2 seconds. Our DDM, so she works high in the company. Her and our New Zealand, another one who's not the CEO, but she's kind of, like I said, really high up in the company. They created this, and God, they made some Christmas cards doing this. They used the actual, because we used to have a poinsettia DSP, and they used that, and God, was it gorgeous, the cards that they made. So I thought, that'd be good for Christmas. You know, you could get a lot of these made with not a lot of product, so you're not having to go crazy on spending a lot of money. But you buy yourself a pack of DSP, buy yourself a pack of either Very Vanilla or your Whisper White or your Basic White, and then buy a couple of coordinating colors, because they tell you the coordinating colors in the catalog that coordinate with that DSP, and then get yourself a stamp set and a punch, and you're good to go on your Christmas cards. Burlap, is that what this is burlap? Is that what you're saying, Melanie? That this is a burlap? Yeah, that's probably more of what it is. I don't know why I thought of what did I say it was? Geez, I can't even remember. Cheesecloth. That's what I said it was. And don't try to overthink this like I do, because you will make yourself insane. Because I tend to overthink everything, and I sit here for days, well, hours, not days, but overthinking on what I'm doing, when if I would have just done it, it would have been great. But I'm a typical woman. I overthink everything. I drive my family crazy, but that's okay. They all love me. We hope. And then being on pain medication doesn't help anything, because then I'm, like, I can tell when it starts wearing off, because then my tooth will just start throbbing, and then I'm not the nicest person to live with. And so my husband or my son, or, you know, will say, "Mom, it's time for your medication." I'm like, geez, that's just like a horrible thing. Now, do you see what I have here? Somehow I cut this and they are identical with the pattern, which I kind of like, because it looks like I did that purposeful, but I absolutely did not. It's just kind of funny that I just looked down and saw that. Yeah, when they tell me to take my medication, it kind of reminds me of like when you're a young woman and they always go, it's your time of the month. No, it's not. I have every right to have not a good day and be a little snippy sometimes and snarky, but I'm like, you're boys. What's your excuse? What do I get to come back with you guys? Because you guys get snarky and... So I tell them that they have a time of the month also. They just don't know about it. It's just not in the books yet. Okay, so just like that. So those are done. Now the simplest thing ever is we're going to come in here with our stamp. And I'm going to do this as you go. Typically, since you know you're going to have 11 cards, you can go ahead and just stamp 11 of these out and have them punched and have them ready for you. But let me show you. I'm not going to put this on there, but I want to show you what a difference it would be if I added that to this card. Where'd my oh, there's my sentiment. Okay, so being that this is kind of a big punch, I need to make sure it's even going to fit on there. No, it's not. So my punch is going to be too big for those little scraps. So if you use one of our other punches, one of the smaller ones, you'll probably have better luck. This is just the one that I had. Well, my mom had, and I had her bring it to me today. So I'm going to stamp this down. I probably should punch these first, but typically you want to stamp, then punch. But because my stamp is so big, I gotta make sure I'm gonna get this in there. Yeah, see, that's not gonna work. I need to stamp this first, or punch this first, and then stamp. And I don't know how many I've already done, but hey, sure. That's probably not enough, but anyways. They're here. And we'll see, the cool thing with this is, and I didn't even notice that, is like on here you see it as these little rounded pieces being there, but you can make it however you want to do it and turn that actually that way if you wanted to, which might be kind of neat on some of these, doing them this way. But I need to stand up so I make sure I get this straight. Okay. And then I'm going to come in and do this one this way. Oh, that looks crooked for some reason. I know it's not, but... Okay, so there's 4 for these cards that we're doing. And I should have probably just finished doing those, but hey, I didn't. So I'm going to grab, let's do a Pear Pizzazz. Let's do a Garden Green. Or that was Soft Seafoam, sorry. This is Garden Green Soft Seafoam, and there is our Pear Pizzazz. Alright, so let's get these cards folded. I've already scored them to save myself some time. And I had my bone folder sitting, oh, there it is. I'm not going to do the insides of these cards just because I just want to get you guys seeing what these cards look like, because I think these cards are really fun to make, and like I said, you can dress them up as much as you want or as little as you want. Let's see, which one do I like on? That looks good. And then, no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm going to use that for our bonus card. That is card layout number 4, which is our bonus. So I'm going to come in with another one of our Pear Pizzazz. And you know what I think is crazy? Like, this right here, being on that garden green, makes these colors in here just seem so much more deeper green. But then when I look at something like this or that, it makes them almost look lighter because it's grabbing those lighter colors. I don't know. I just like that. So then you're going to grab your glue. Actually, yes, we are going to grab our glue. Now this is where you can get kind of creative with this and decide what you want to do. I'm going to just make this simple. Okay, I'm going to come in with this. I'm going to come in with, after I take off this piece of tape off the end, and let me give you the measurement that once I decide how I want to make that look. So I'm going to do about 8 inches. Okay, so just grab another one and do the same thing. And you get a lot of this ribbon on here. Okay. So then I'm just going to lay those 4 pieces there. And then now I need to grab my snail adhesive. That moved up where I know it's going to run on there. Then I'm going to take my piece of ribbon and I'm going to lay this down on here and then put my piece kind of like centerwise and then make sure that sticks in that adhesive on the back. Then I'm going to come in with some of my dimensionals. And make sure I push that down hard because I want to make sure my dimensionals go kind of adhesive through my ribbon there. And I want to show you an extra alternative to kind of decorate these up a little bit. But let me just show you this first one. Then this would just go right down like that. Okay. Then you can come in with some bling and add some, and that looks crooked. You can come in with some of your, like gems and then dress it up that way. Or this is where you could come in with a couple of these pieces and just kind of stick it in the back underneath that a little bit. See what that does? Or come over here or cut this down even to little pieces and have it going. But do you see what I'm saying with how that really kind of dresses that up a little bit? Let me show you another way of doing this. So, okay, let's come in with our next one. I'm gonna set this, what did I do with my stamp? Oh, there's the stamp set. So I'm gonna grab one of these little flourishy pieces here. Or actually, since this is a big one, I'm going to grab, okay, that looks more like this here. So I'm going to do this card here. So I'm going to try to grab the piece that I think this one right here kind of matches this a little bit more. Then I'm going to grab, since we're using Pear Pizzazz, I'm going to grab the Pear Pizzazz ink pad. And a block. Guess that helps, right? Kind of have to have a block for that. And then I'm gonna use my, and this is one of those stamps that almost look like a watercolor, where there's little like, as you can see, there's kind of little dots. So when you stamp, it looks like that. So it looks more realistic than it just being all one solid color. So I'm gonna stamp once, and then I'm gonna bring this over here, and then I'm just gonna kind of take this to the side of this image and just go like that. So see what that did to that? It just kind of added a little extra oomph to that sentiment piece. And just something subtle like that just really adds a lot to a card, I think. Then on there, you can come in with a soft seafoam and do that on one of these other ones. I think this paper is beautiful, and I'm so sad to see it go that it almost makes me become an even bigger hoarder of this paper. Just because it's like, oh my gosh, when it's gone, it's gone. And, you know, the thing with Stampin' Up, I will tell you, is they very much watch the trends on, like, me and my mom have been to Michael's. I bought these, the shirt that I'm wearing today, because I've made myself some shirts with the logos on it for my Stampin' the Pink Barn. And being there, like, we have a couple of sets coming up that I was like, I don't know if I like that. But now that, which you guys should be getting the catalog within the next couple of weeks, so you'll know, you know, kind of what I'm talking about. As you're in the craft stores, you're like, oh my goodness, that's why that is in the new catalog, because it is like an upcoming trend of what is in during the season. So just FYI on that one. Okay, now you can take like this here, say you want to put it in the middle of the card this time and not down at the bottom. We can put this right in the middle. The only thing that I don't like about doing that is it takes away the pattern on that one. But your card's your choice. Say if you don't really care for that paper all that much, cover it up. So even with this, you can still put it in the middle, and you're not covering up as much as that paper if you were to do it this way. But I just kind of liked it down in this corner. What is sticky here? Okay, dimensionals. The other nice thing is if you have a couple of different sayings that you want to do, you have, you know, say you want to put happy birthday on one, say you want to put thinking of you, or you're wishing someone well, like if they're ill or something like that. These cards, you could knock out, again, like I was saying, so many of them in, you know, such a short amount of time, that then you have a bunch of cards already pre-made and ready to go when you need them. So, seeing that piece there, do you like it better going this way with the, like, the straight edges up and down, or do you like the straight edges going side to side? I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on that. Or does it even make that big of a difference? Can you even tell? I don't know. I do like it with the greenery on it versus not. I will say that. My personal thoughts on that. So soft sea foam. But it's just one of those things that if you don't have all the colors in your stamp pads, I don't want you thinking that you can't do this because you don't have all the colors. You don't need all the colors. This goes, yeah, whatever I was just trying to say. These can be made without having, because even if I didn't put this color on here to stamp there, I could use that same color that I used here, which is that Pretty Peacock. I could stamp it off twice because Pretty Peacock is really dark. So if I stamped it off twice, then I could use it on here as my background piece as well. But I'm going to stamp this really quick, so it can dry before I touch it. It's subtle, but it's there and I like it. So let's come back in and do this one really quick too, since we know that that back of that card is Pear Pizzazz back there. And I'm going to do the same thing on here. So see, maybe this I should have stamped off twice because see, I think it's a little too dark, versus right there, it was a little bit lighter where you could still see this. So you live and you learn. If you don't like it, pull that off and put a new one on there. Or, you know, don't put this one on there, put a different one on there. With that, the punch is really easy to just repunch another one if you don't like it. Straight sides on the side. Okay, so like this one you like versus that one going up and down. You know, honestly, I think, and that's the way they have it. So I think I 100% agree with you. Looking at that, it just almost looks like it's misproportioned or something. And it is, because it should be going that way. But I like to mix things up and just see, you know, because then it gives, you know, it opens things up out of the box. It reminds me of that kids show back in the day that my oldest daughter used to watch. I think it was like Disney or Nickelodeon or something. It was Out of the Box, Out of the Box. And I think it was a show about kids making things with cardboard boxes. And they made like forts and different things. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but all right. I don't think this is stuck down enough, so I'm going to put this some more adhesive over there. There we go. That's better. Yep. It's time to grab another sheet of dimensionals. I'll grab my other scissors. I now officially have a brand new pair of scissors for cutting ribbon, and then my other one that I still use for like papers or cutting these things. These have all of a sudden become extremely dull as far as cutting ribbons, which it'll happen because you're cutting paper, you're cutting, you know, I think everybody should have 2 pair of them anyways, just to have one for cutting your ribbon and cutting papers. I'm not really a green person. I know, I'm not either, and that's why I was like, at first, my mom is the one that actually got this set, and I was like, you know, I was really iffy about it. And now that she's got it, I don't think I've let her have it back at all, because I've kind of hoarded this stamp set because I have just fallen in love with these colors. And I have to tell you, Pretty Peacock is one of those colors that are going away. It's being discontinued. It is a color that I'm pretty certain they'll probably bring back at some point in time, but it could be years down the road. This is such a beautiful color, and how just that subtlety of that blue-green in with these other greens, I think it is so beautiful. And see, and you could even take a Pretty Peacock and take, like, say this one right here. Doesn't that look good even on that color? And the only Pretty Peacock that's in there are these little berry things that they have here. But something about those blues and greens together are just a beautiful combination. Yeah, they have a new green. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, that they're coming out with. And this green is a green like we don't have. It's so much different than, and I don't have it here to show you because my order hasn't came yet, but I'll be showing you guys on Thursday when it shows up. But it is a beautiful green, and like I said, it's unlike any green that we have now, but I think it's going to blend so well with so many things. I think it's like, I don't remember what it's called. I'm not even going to try it because I'll slaughter it. And then we have a new pink that's called Polished Pink. I do remember that because, of course, I'm a pink girl. So I could remember that one. We have a new purple coming out that is, we used to have a color called Wisteria Purple or Wisteria something. And this color is a lot like that, but once you see me set it next to like Highland Heather, I'm even going to set it next to Purple Posy just to show you the different hue of the new purple that they have, because it is a really pretty color. And then what's the other one? Oh, there's a Pale Papaya, I think it's called, or something papaya, where it almost looks peachy. And you think when you look at our, the one that we have, that's the Petal Pink. I always thought Petal Pink looked kind of peach, especially when you hold it next to Blushing Bride. But once you see this new, Pale Papaya, you're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Now that's peach. So it's neat to see them contrasted with our colors that we do have. And then be like, wow, those really are kind of neat colors. And then the fifth one is a, I can't think at the moment. This stinking little mat. All right, so there is card number 1. So that is this one right here that we just made. And you know what? Rococo Rose is a beautiful color. And that's another one of those ones that I'm so sad. I think I'm probably most sad to see Terracotta Tile and Rococo Rose leaving us, because that pink is a pink like we don't have either. And it's almost like a mauve-y kind of pink. I do really love Rococo Rose though, but I can't go wrong with any pinks. So you had me at pink, or that didn't have pink in it, but you know what I mean. All right, let me move some of these out of here, and then we'll get cutting card number, or layout number 2. And again, this one makes 4 cards as well. So we have our card bases already done. So we need to take our 4-inch piece. Make sure that's what that one is. Our 4-inch piece, and we're going to cut this at, cut off the end of the design, cut. Okay, so at the bottom of this, we're going to cut a 3/4 inch piece off. So down here, we're going to go to 3/4. Move all this stuff out of the way. I'm going to actually cut this from this side because I can then maneuver this piece of paper around how I want it. So 3/4 inch is what we're cutting off the long end of this. As you can see from right here, we just cut, because we know this is already 4 inches wide, we're just cutting 3/4 inch off of the bottom, which you'll have 2 pieces of that. So I'm going to set those off to the side, or over here, so I don't lose those. Now we're left with a 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to cut these each at 1 inch. So these 2 pieces right here, the bottom of this portion that we just cut off, are going to be used on the next card. They won't even be used for these cards. So just kind of set those off to the side where they don't get lost, but know that you're going to need them close. Okay, there's another 1 inch, and then let's move this over. Okay, so there's all of our 1 inch pieces. Or actually, we still need this out. Don't let me fib to you a minute. All right, this piece I'm going to use for my bonus piece, so I'm just going to move it out of the side. So we need 4 cards here. So I'm going to take one of those, this one, and another one of those. Because technically layout number 3, we could make 4 cards out of it, but I'm going to stick to the directions and make 2. But I will show you how you can get an extra 2 cards out of there if you wish. Okay, so we need to take our 4 card bases that we've chosen, and we are going to score at 1 1/4. So make sure you look at your pieces of paper and know that when you cut, you kind of have a raw edge on one side and then a smooth edge. So you're going to take your end that is going to fold. So maybe even fold your cardstock and make sure, okay, that's what I like as my front, or I like this as my front. And then lay it back out, and then come and with your gray, the gray one, not the dark one, move the dark one out of the way. Take your light end after you stick this on 1 1/4, and you're gonna score. Okay, just like that. Okay, come in with your next piece. Go to 1 1/4 and score. Okay, and do that to all 4 of them. And one thing to know is you don't have to push real hard on this to get that score. Just kind of put medium pressure. Now, if you are ever going to score your DSP, be light. It's almost like, I mean, this is thinner than this, but if I was to take a regular piece of paper and score, see, it just tore my paper. It almost perforated it. Perforate. There's that word again that I can never say. This is kind of like that, and you will tear it. So if you ever need to score your DSP, score lightly. This cardstock is a lot heavier weight. You can apply more pressure to that. Okay, now let's get that out of the way. Now you're going to come in and you're going to score it in the middle and varnish that. Now, holding your card as if you're looking at it, take this piece that we've just scored and fold that back on itself. Just like that. Oh, what movie are they going to go see? And how was your vacation at the beach? Geez, I'm jealous. We get to go to San Diego the middle of June. So that'll be nice because then we can leave the heat here and head off to the beach over at San Diego. All right, so those are your 4 card bases. Gonna be like that. Okay. Okay, now we're going to, again, with those small pieces that we cut off the bottom of this, get those out of the way. Oh, I gotta find a place to set. Okay, we're gonna set those in there. All right, again, we are working on layout number 2. We're working on this here. Just so I make sure you guys are following me. Oh, some sci-fi movie? Huh, I'm trying to think what's out that would be sci-fi. Okay, so then we're gonna take a strip and we're gonna put it there, and then we're gonna find whatever other strip we like there. But before I do that, I'm going to take glue and glue this flap down. Hold it a minute and make sure that stays down because we don't want that flapping back on itself. And then it's easier to align these up. So let's flip some of these over and see what we like and see what we have. Okay. There's that and that maybe. So again, I'm just gonna take that and set it out of the way so I kind of know before I commit to adhering that down. I want to make sure I like that design, because otherwise once I've adhered it, again, I've committed. And I have commitment issues. No, not really, but when it comes to my paper, my DSP, I have commitment issues, not with other things. All right, so let's see what we like here. That can go there. That there. Okay. All right, I think I like all of that. Oh. All right, I like that better. Okay, so let's start adhering these. Make sure I had that the right way and not upside down, and my florals would be going the wrong way. And I don't remember if I looked to see if this paper, I know this paper is being discontinued, but I don't remember if I looked to see if it was on sale. It's right here. So yep, it's 20% off also. So instead of paying $11.50 for it, you will get it for $9.20. But I'm not certain it's still in stock. Last time I checked it was, but it's hit or miss with this paper now that it's on discontinued list or product discontinuation list. So if you like this paper, then you need to grab it like yesterday. Just joking. Okay, so there's our first one. Let's bring in the second one. These strips here are, yes, 1-inch strips. They are 1 inch by 5 1/4 because we cut off 4 by 3 1/4. So this is a 4-inch piece that we started with, cut off 3/4 of an inch at the bottom, and then we cut 4 1-inch strips out of that. So you can download this off of my, make sure you belong to my group page that I've created, because on my regular, oh, you guys went to Florida. Oh my goodness. When you, I can't add a PDF to my regular business page, so I've created a page. It is Pink Barn Stampers Group, and you can find this PDF in the files. So up along the top it'll say like discussion, I can't remember what the rest of it says, but like right below the picture that's at the top, there will have a couple different, like one says media, I believe, and then one says file. If you hit the file button, it'll bring down the few files that I've stuck on there. And you can print this off. This was a design that Shannon West came up with. She is our DDM, one of our DDMs. So she's like a direct demonstrator, monitor kind of person that helps us out. I don't know exactly what those letters stand for, but and you know what would be even greater is if you guys post pictures of these once you make them over on the group. Because I'm gonna kind of just stick to keeping things like my videos, my weekly Funday Monday videos, and my just business stuff to the business page, and then taking a lot of it over to the group. So if I didn't send you an invite, which I tried to send everybody an invite to, you can always go to that page. Say if you're watching this from YouTube and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. And once I hit 50 subscribers to YouTube, I will have a very good giveaway. But if you're watching, from over there, you just kind of find me, you know, just searching around or whatnot, and you can then go over and ask to join the page, the Pink Barn Stampers group page on Facebook, and then I will add you, and then you can share your projects and find these PDFs. And the only thing that I request in that group page is everybody be kind to each other and don't say mean things to others. If you don't like something that somebody posts, as long as it's not offensive, just don't say anything. Just move on. Because we all have a right to, you know, kind of speak our mind. And the other thing that I ask is no political stuff, because I don't want to go down that that road, because I don't believe politics should be in something we enjoy. That's a whole nother topic, and that should be discussed somewhere else. And so just not on my page. Okay, so another thing we could do here is, say in this same color, if we wanted to, we could come in with the stamped off image and stamp it here just to add a little bit of something. I'm not going to. That's something that if you want to step these up, I'm giving you other options to doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and start stamping these sentiments on here. So we need Pretty Peacock. Because I want to show you that even though you can just use a few products, you can still make very beautiful cards. So again, all you need is a punch or your dies, but a punch is just a lot easier because you saw how fast I punched those out. A punch, what did I say? 6.5 pieces of cardstock. Sorry guys. And 2 sheets of 12 by 12 DSP cut in half. And then a ribbon of your choice. And then you can add those extra flourishes as you choose. The only extra thing I'm going to add is I'm adding this color to... Okay, so this is going to go for my Pear Pizzazz, which is this one here. Okay. I'm going to do Pear Pizzazz also for my 2 Garden Greens, because I think Garden Green would be too dark on these, because it is a darker color even if I was to stamp off. Unless you were going to, that one I don't want. I want Pear Pizzazz. Stamp off twice using Garden Green. That's the only way to make that light enough. Ew, and that one looks very off-centered to me, so I'm going to just go like this. Watch, you guys didn't see anything. Bam! That's better. Oh, Lord have mercy. And I put that in the wrong darn color. See, that's what happens for me not shutting that. And you guys were probably like, no, don't do it. Okay, good thing we have the chamois. Clean as can be. Okay, let's try this over again. Let's get the right color in here. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so let's bring these in, and our ribbon. And what did I say? I said we had 8-inch pieces. Yep, make sure I grab the right scissors. So just like that. Okay. Now we're going to put these, there it is. So since that was my bad side and that was my good side, I need to make sure I put the tape on there the way I want it. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go this way with it. Almost like that, what do they call it? Like the Cancer bow. And then I'm going to take this way. Kind of just hold that down and center that in place. Okay. Then grab my other scissors. And that's why I kind of just make sure I have something attached to my scissors. Not only for the reason of knowing which scissors are for what, but the other reason why I put this on here is because when I'm looking all over the place for my scissors, I can find this little thing hanging pretty easily. Or if you're like at a stamp swap and people are passing scissors around and stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, I want my scissors. Then I know mine has a little panda bear on there. Because where would you be able to write your name on a pair of scissors? You really wouldn't be able to, so. Okay, now you just take this and you just stick it kind of in between your paper over here and try to get it on there straighter than what I just did, because that was really crooked. Okay, just like that. And then there is that card. Okay, let's do the next one. So my son started back at school 5 days a week this week, but he has to go in on Wednesday to have his braces put on. So already his first week and he already has to miss a day of school. Not like the kid's bummed or anything, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Now see, I can move this down a little bit and move the placement around wherever I like it. So like that, you can move it down further, you can have it more centered, you can have it towards the top. Your card, your choice. People are gonna love it regardless because it came from you. Yeah, I saw somebody else do the, I was like, why do they hang those things from their scissors? What is the point of that? Like, I just couldn't figure it out. And then somebody had said, oh, that's so we can find them at a card swap or a card class. We know which ones are ours. And then on, I was thinking, oh, well, even on my desk, when I have things floating, you know, around and everything is shiny and looks like that, I just look for that little panda bear. And for some reason, that panda bear, I can find that easier than anything else on my desk. Okay, there's that one. And then one more. That's funny. Wow. It's the day of the dentist, I guess. Well, I guess I've learned my lesson to stop going to the dentist on Mondays because I always have bad news, or not to say bad news, but it just doesn't go in my favor on my Mondays. Mondays are bad news bad news for me at the dentist. Yeah, I just can't believe the price that they want to charge you for implants. My husband's like, well, I guess we're going to Mexico. Because it's weird, our insurance actually covers us to get dental work in Mexico. And it is so much cheaper. And the crazy thing is, their technology down there seems to be a little bit more up to speed than ours is. All right, there you go. And again, put embellishments on this. You know, do whatever you want to dress these up. I think they're gorgeous just the way that they are, but I'm okay with simple. Okay, so let's grab let me move some of this stuff out of the way. It looks like I need to cut a couple more of those punched pieces. And again, look how neat this would look if you had one of these little flourishes on there. I have, but look, like that, with even that there, that just dresses it up so much, I think. So you can do, I mean, you guys are creative ladies, so. All right, let me move this around and grab. Okay, so now we're going to go to this card. We're going to make 2 of them, but I want to show you, I have an extra piece sitting here that I want to show you that you could actually make this 4 pieces. I'm not going to do that. I just want to show you how you can stretch this even further if you wanted to. Okay, so that last piece we have is a 3.5 inch piece. So we're going to cut 2 1/4 off. So 2 1/4. Right? Yep. 2 1/4 off. And then another 2 1/4 off. Okay. So there's our 4 pieces of the 2 1/4. Oops, that one's upside down. And then this piece is now at 1 1/2. Yep. And now we need to cut this, since we know it's at 3 1/2. We need to cut this at 1 3/4 to make these 2 equal halves. That makes sense, because half of 3 1/2 is 1 3/4. Okay, so now we have, now these are not perfect squares, so I will let you know that. They are 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. So make sure when we go to use them, they are going to sit the same way you cut them. So our 1 3/4 pieces are going to go like this. Okay, so just set those off to the side as well. Now you're going to pull in those 2 pieces from our center piece right here, that was those two pieces there. We're gonna bring those in now. Okay, we're gonna grab our 2 card bases, but I'm gonna bring in a third one just to show you an option to do a, well, actually I'll just bring in 4 pieces just to show you the option of what you could do with this. All right, now what it's telling us to do with our 2 pieces is to score our 2 card bases. Okay, what it wants us to do is take our 2 card base, okay, and take our 2 pieces, our 4 pieces, and you're going to bump those up to each other like that. Okay, that would be the way that we would do it. And then you're going to take this piece here, these were your pieces from your center, and those would go in the middle. Beautiful, right? Okay, nothing wrong with that. But let me show you one step further how you could make 2 more cards using this. So I don't have that scored, but anyways, this one is scored. So you could take, I'm just gonna lay this like this because I'm not gonna score that right now. You could take this and add it here, and then take another color and either put this through, we have the coordinating, where's the other one? Oh, there it is, I see it. The folders that are going to stay in the new catalog, these fit through your mini embossing machine, so these fit perfectly through there. You could emboss one of the smaller layers and put that there. Then you would have, that would be 1 card. Then here you could, you know, put another like this color up here. And then same with this, you could do just 1 and 1. So then that would make your 4 cards. You just do a different color cardstock here, or not. You could just put it on there like that and then put your sentiment on there like, oh, I don't have a sentiment piece cut. These pieces you probably wouldn't use at that point, or you can come up with another card with just these 2 pieces, or you could, you know, just on one of these, set it on there and then do your 2 alternate colors on these. Like cut out a piece of garden green and put it on the top here and run it through your embossing folder, and then put your sentiment piece. I don't think I can cut a sentiment out of here. I've already tried, right? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. All right, let me grab some more. So then you can come in with your sentiment piece and add it like right there once you had your coordinating paper up there. So then you're getting 4 cards. Okay, I just wanted to show you that option. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to keep it simple and do it the way that it tells us on the directions. If you have more questions about that, go ahead and ask me. But for now, we're just going to do this the way it was intended. What are you creeping in here for? Cadence cup. And then, I mean, you can do it. I think that's just a little too busy. I like that on there. And I like that on there. Okay. So let's glue these because they're both the same size. So you know you're going to have a little bit of edge. Or you can spread these out a little bit because we know this is going to fit across the center. So if you want the same here and here, go ahead and do that. Or bump them together, your choice. Now with this card, you could even run it this way. I just don't like the way that the things are going, so we're going to keep it, again, the way that it shows. Just depending on your patterns, you could get away with turning it landscape style. But aren't these cards just so much fun that you're getting so many cards out of such little paper? Granted, yes, you are using, you know, 11 card bases, but I think it's well worth it, because then you're loving your DSP, you're using your DSP, because these go out of trend with the next upcoming color or colors. So we need to be using our paper because, you know, there's always going to be something new that you want. Just trust me. You try to sit there and go, oh no, I have enough paper. You never have enough paper. I hate to say that, but it is the truth, because there's always something you're going to love that comes out, but then you feel guilty because you say, oh my gosh, I already have so much paper sitting in my you know, storage, wherever it is. Trust me, I do it all the time because I have so much paper, and I don't only just have Stampin' Up! Paper. I have paper that I've had for years, and it's sitting there, and then I feel guilty when I buy more. But for me, it's my business. You know, I have to keep up with the incoming trends to show you guys these beautiful cards. And something as easy as this, where you're taking, I mean, you can get 22 cards out of 2 pieces of DSP. That is mind-blowing. And these are beautiful cards. I think, in my opinion, I think they're gorgeous. Okay, that's sit underneath there. Oops, I need to cut one more. Or no, 2 more, because I have the bonus card, which is what they call the card layout number 4. That is the bonus card. All right, let me cut. I gotta get some more white paper out here. I don't think I have any more cut strips. Do I? No, let me get out a new piece here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this will work. I don't think I can get 2 out of this, though. Nope. I don't think that's wide enough either. All right, I just need this to cut one more of these out. Oh, wait a minute, I don't know why I'm cutting so many of these out. Ding dong. I only needed 2 or 3, 1 for the bonus card. Oh well. I have an extra. All right, so now I'm done with that pretty peacock. Like I said, don't forget to add that to your order, because that color is going to be going away, and it is beautiful. Don't forget to add some of this DSP as well. Let's take a couple of these and we have our Garden Green and our Pear Pizzazz. So I'm just going to take that Pear Pizzazz and wipe this thing off really quick, because I don't know if I had any colors on it, but I don't want to stick that into a lighter color pad if I did. Oh, see, I'm getting that all over. Oh well. Okay, that one I kind of messed up because see, I didn't get all the leaves. I mean, not that it's hurting anything, it's just I see it there and it's a flaw in my eyes. But guess what? It's not a big deal. Nobody would probably even notice that once you place it on one of these cards. Okay, let's come back in with this. Now, this is the one that I was kind of conflicted on because I kind of wanted to take this and go like this with that banner, with that piece, but I think that covers an awful lot of that centerpiece. Actually, no, that'll be okay. All right, that'll work. As long as I grab the right scissors. All right, so this piece needs to be somewhat longer, and let me look at like the measurement for you on this one. Okay, this piece I cut at about 14.5 because of the edges that I have cut. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take this and wrap it like, and I think I cut it a little too long. So I can pull these in and decide how I want it. Okay, oops. So I'm just kind of zigzagging my ribbon back and forth. And then I'm going to come back in with that seal. I'm going to kind of fill this up quite a bit because I want it to make sure I grab all pieces of that ribbon there. And then I can put this as close together or as far apart as possible as I want. So then I can take this and pick it up and I can kind of pull it to make these two sides match. So just like that. That's one of the nice things about that. And then this is going to lay on here. But see, you don't really see this stuff here, so that's where I was like, I don't know if I like that. And then, I mean, I guess I could run it that way. Let me try it that way. Again, try to line that up where it's even. And then I can always mess with it when, put this one more in the center. I know this is the time consuming part, and then of course it's gonna stick to me, because why wouldn't it? Okay, like that. And then we can put that right there. Okay, I like that better because I think it doesn't take up as much of that centerpiece that we kind of really want to see. I mean, we do that work on that beautiful paper and then we take it away. Yeah, we don't want that. All right. I had dimensionals. Where are they? There they are. I'm almost done with this sheet. All right, guys, we're almost done here. This card, and then the next one. Helps if I turn it the right way, right? Because we just fixed that problem. Okay, just like that. This would be beautiful with some of those gilded gems, that gold on there. Okay, now let's take this again and hold it like that. Kind of twist it a little bit. Okay, let's bring in this other one. Okay, just like that. I love that. Just adds a whole different element to this card. All right, so there's those two. Or like I said, if you want to, you can make the 4 of them. And then with our bonus card, I'm using Garden Green on this one. I had my bone folder. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This is when you're going to take those pieces. Remember I said that one piece is a little bit longer. It is going to be 1 3/4. So let's turn these where they're actually facing the right way. And then this. So this is going to go over here. We're going to try to show off all 4 different designs that we have. Okay, just like that. And try to get them centered on there. Now you can leave however big of a gap you want in the center. I'm just going to do it kind of like that. Once I get the first one down, then I can kind of fidget around with the other ones. Or I can completely just throw it. And for some reason, I must have cut that one a little short, but my mouth is, that tooth is starting to hurt. Eek. Okay, so just like that, and then we can take a piece of this ribbon, and so we can see it on the inside of the card. We can take this and pull it like this to the center of our card, and then I'm going to cut it right here. Okay, and since this is getting covered by our sentiment, I'm just going to take a piece of tape, cheater method here, make sure that ribbon is pulled tight so we don't have it take off on us, and then just put that ribbon there, and that will hold that in place. Or you can even take some of your snail adhesive and run on there for the under piece, and then again for the next top piece. Then you don't have to have tape on there, but like I said, you're not going to see it because it's going to get covered with that. One more or two more. All right, guys, don't forget that this next coming up, Funday Monday, number 35, since today is 34, I'm giving away 3 of these cards. So I'm going to give away one for people who are liking this video, so hit that like or love button, and that gets you entered. Also, if you do the share button, that also gets you entered. But if you share it, make sure you comment that you've shared it, which will also get you into the comment drawing as well. So there is our bonus card there. So let's bring all these back in. Yes, I did join the masculine swap. I actually just sent my cards out last week. I got them all done. Our swaps are getting bigger and bigger. We had 25 people this time. Did you join in on it? I will be as soon as I get those cards all on my the Funday Monday after I get, oh, excuse me, the swap cards. I will be sharing those with you guys. All right, so let's bring these all in. So that was our template. Make sure you guys print that off. It has all the directions, or you can just watch this over again. And it's also going to be posted on YouTube. So we had 1, 2 of those. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then our bonus card. So think of all the things you can do to dress these cards up to add so much bling like that, or like I said, the gilded gems, or what else could we add? We could add pearls to those. I think the gold just looks so much better with it. You could even use that, if you buy the pack of the 2, you could spread a couple of little pieces of this on top of that, the very vanilla, before you lay it down, and just have that sticking on top of that, which is gorgeous, and fan out the ends, kind of like how it's doing. Just fan out your ends. I don't think I have really anything else that would. You could do some of those leaves. Remember how I showed you these? And these are really cheap, I think, right now. You could put these back behind. You always have a heck of a time getting it behind there because it is somewhat thicker. You could put those like on the more of the print kind, like that. Have those coming out the sides. So there's lots of opportunity with these cards on what you use on them. So I hope you enjoyed what we made tonight. Just trying to give you guys a more of a easier idea to make as many cards as possible without having to buy a whole bunch of product. So I hope you enjoyed these. I hope you guys have a great week and don't have to run into any stinking dental problems like myself. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week.